You know it's super fly when Day Bar is opened. Hip-hop review, news, plus breaking new artists, pop culture, current events with an urban view of it. This is all things hip-hop, delivered raw, unpolitically correct, a fan's perspective, putting all artists in check. Dope content, current hot by remarkable men. Our thoughts, clearly. Welcome to Audio Theory.
Yo, welcome back to the Audio Theory podcast. What's good?
What's good, man? How is your week going? Fucking month's over. We have 3 months left in 2020. What the fuck?
I know, it's wild. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, this week has been rough as hell. I think it's because it's end of month. When it's end of month in my job, and I think a lot of jobs in beginning of the new month, like all the shit that was, put on hold towards the earlier portion of the month end up creeping up. So it's been
end
rough.
Of month, and then also realizing, fuck, it's also end of year.
Yeah, exactly. On the bright side, though, my girl and I are going to Montana next week to visit her friend,
Nice.
her childhood friend. So that should be fun. I've never been to Montana. I actually thought it was like East Coast or Midwest, but and this speaks to how terrible Americans are when it comes to geography.
Yeah, isn't this shit like right next
north
to you?
of Utah. It's north of Utah. But I don't know if you guys have seen that meme. Maybe I'll put it up. But it basically is a representation of how we view the U.S. It's like California, New York, Florida, Texas, and then just like a bunch of nothing in the middle.
Yeah,
like that's pretty much it. Yeah. So. That should be fun.
Nice.
I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do, like ride buffaloes or some shit. Who knows, bro?
I heard if you can catch the fucking northern lights, bro. I heard like the stars at least are wild out there, like because you have no city pollution. So like, I think if you guys get a spot where you can like look outside and just go for hikes at night, bro, that shit
looks
fucking
beautiful.
amazing. Yeah.
Okay, I might. I don't know. I've been keeping up with this whole theme of visiting these, more rural states.
Yeah.
So who knows? One day I'll fucking, I don't know, buy a property or something and live out there.
You might as well, bro. I was looking at some ex-football player. He bought like a fucking 70-acre vineyard in Washington or some shit. I'm like, bro, that sounds like the most amazing life. Like, I would love to have a vineyard and just like chill every day and drink wine. Dude, for me, same, stressful because of work, stressful because of life, bro. Like, just, dude, I don't know what it is. Like, something in the air, like, I don't know, around fall, bro. I don't know, like, it's like, I don't know. I'm not saying it's like seasonal depression, but just like something in the air, like, bro, like, things are about to change, but you're not really sure how. So just like, I found myself like more on edge. So I've been trying to just like keep myself calm and like reassure myself. But also, dude, probably, I mean, you felt this right in the beginning of COVID. Like, I haven't, since I've been back in Florida, have been getting that much fresh air. Because, like, if I don't wake up in the morning, go for a run, I'm like, bro, I don't really have time for the rest of the day, and then it's already late. I'm not trying to run at night. So it's like, bro, I gotta be way more active of, like, Monday through Friday getting some fresh air, bro. Because, like, only going outside Saturday and Sunday, I'm like, bro, there's something about fucking getting out of this apartment that's gonna really help me out.
For sure, yeah. I was super naive when this whole work from home thing started. I was like, fuck yeah, like, I don't have to see people I don't necessarily vibe with. I don't have to worry about traffic, none of that. And then over time, I was just so stuck in my routine of sitting at my desk that there's been points quite literally where I would log in or whatever at 9 and my girl would come and bring me lunch, bless her for doing that, and I wouldn't fucking leave my desk till like 7 o'clock at night. And I'm like, where the fuck did my day go? I feel like a robot. I'm like in the Matrix, plugged in, and I've been trying to get better about fucking just leaving the room, like literally to work in a different room, even if I'm doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Just having a different scenery and fresh air, I think has been super important, at least from just being in Utah, because that shit was super fresh. But I feel like the depression, or not depression, but like the sadness of fall and stuff, for me at least, is one. When the holidays come around, you kind of feel a pressure to be happy.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that's a good point.
So I think that's why holidays and even birthdays sometimes are depressing for people, because you're like, I should be happy, but I'm not. And
dude, I think that's what it is for me, dude, because I have a birthday in 20 days, bro. And then we just booked our trip to DR, so that's gonna be, it's gonna be dope regardless. But it's like, damn, bro, like you think I start thinking about like, damn, like, I might be single on my birthday. I'm not gonna have my mom calling me every night, like right at at midnight. So I'm like, damn, bro, like, is that fucking with me right now? So yeah, I'm sure it's a mixture of things, and then also not getting fresh air. So luckily for me, bro, I live right on the fucking water. Like, so I'm just gonna go like take like 20-minute breaks and just go like on the fucking marina and just like sit down. Because yeah, I feel like, dude, like I it's too comfortable to like work on my desk and then just hop on my couch and like, oh, let me just chill here. It's like, bro, like you need it. Like, it can't just be this, bro. It's like, I think I told you I've been actively trying to buy a house, man. And it's like my realtor showed me a few things. I'm like, no, bro. This is just like a nice apartment. Like, cause like these townhouses are just nice apartments. You know what I mean? Like that you pay $300,000 for. I'm like, no, bro. I need a backyard. I need a fucking pool. Like, bro, like I don't need no fucking tiny ass fucking patio. Like, oh, this is your backyard. I'm like, what the fuck am I coming home to? Like, I can just stay in my apartment then. So.
Exactly. I told my girl that too, because it's the same thing in LA. She's like, oh, look at this dope loft and this and that in downtown, and it's like 500, 600,000, and I'm like, I would much rather just pay $1,500 and not have to worry about maintenance and HOA fees and shit to fucking be in the same box, but just to tell people I own it. I'd much rather just go like a little further out and have a fucking backyard and be able to customize my own living space and have multiple rooms and shit for the same exact price.
100%, bro. 100%. And it's like, because I know we get those advice from either like elders or OGs who like been in real estate, and it's like, no, like buy your first home should be like a 4-family, property, and you live on the basement, and I'm like, but bro, if I'm gonna be paying, I want to come home to like my life. Like, it just not, it can't just be about the dollars. Like, that's dope, but like, bro, I want to come home to like, I worked the hard days of work, and this is my reward, not some like, I'm busting my ass so my 3 fucking tenants can have a great life, and I'm just fucking in the basement. So.
For real. Yeah, it's tough, but I'm sure it'll work out in the end.
Yeah, dude. It always is. Like, even like, dude, when I get anxiety about like anything, I always remember like, bro, we've already lived through our worst day, so like, it is what it is, bro. Like, this shit will figure itself out. But we got a lot of fucking content to get into. We had the fucking, I guess you can call it debate last night. But we'll get into that shit later. That's the second part of this fucking podcast. By the way, it's also National Podcast Day. So
for real?
Us. So cheers to us. We've been doing this shit for exactly a year.
Cheers.
Salute to you, my brother.
I'm sipping on what is this? What the fuck is this? Premier. I don't know. OB Premier. I have no idea if my girl bought some bootleg shit or what. Must be. Because I know she went to the Korean market, so.
It must have never heard that shit before in my life.
I mean, it all tastes the same to me, to be honest.
Yeah, that's why. So I got I've been like really good about my weight recently, my diet. So I've switched to Corona Premier. This shit is only 2.6 grams of carbs, but still tastes like a Corona. Because bro, that Michelob Ultra shit, I had another one this week. I was like, bro, this is piss water. So like.
I mean, mine's called Premier. I don't know if that means mine's healthy too, but.
No, we'll
just stick with that story for now.
All right, but the real reason we were excited about this podcast, besides being National Podcast Day and the debate, gotta talk about Tory Lanez. So episode 47 is called,
Long Tory Short?
Long Tory Short. And that has so many double entendres, we'll get into it later. But Tory Lanez surprised the world. Thursday, at midnight, going into Friday, and drop. I thought it was going to be a single, clarifying everything. And then it was a fucking 17-track album, just like kind of like saying things but not really saying things. So first of all, like, give me your thoughts on the album. Like, we'll get into like the backlash. And, like, what are your thoughts on just the body of work itself?
Yeah, the body of work itself, I actually thought was very, very well put together, especially considering that pretty much every song was about the situation, and to make an album about pretty much the same shit every single song and still make it sound good and be entertaining
and not
repetitive requires a lot of skill, because he had like kind of lovey-dovey songs, he had like the hardcore like Meek Mill type songs, then he had the like in the middle Drake like lyrical type shit over new school beats and stuff. So I thought It was very well put together. I'll admit I was kind of biased going into it because of someone else. So I'm in like this music text group chat with my brother and a few of his friends, and we'll randomly send songs on it. And one of the individuals in the group who happens to be female feels like incredibly strong about the situation. Yeah, offended, as she should. I mean, she sides with Megan, which I don't blame her for, but she basically was like boycotting the album. And from my perspective and another individual in the group, we were like, from a purely musical perspective, he snapped, and like it was super dope. However,
snapped.
Yeah, snapped. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, am I supposed to be liking this? That's kind of the thing. But I don't want to be influenced by what everyone else is saying, for the simple fact that like this situation hasn't even like gone to court or anything yet, as far as I'm aware. So
no, it hasn't. Yeah. Bro, so same, dude. And I've been very vocal on this podcast and to you privately and to my boys. Like, bro, like I really enjoyed Tory's album 2 years ago called, I think, Memories Don't Die. And then that was like right during Rolling Loud, and we were like really going every year. But dude, like that middle, like between that and now, like I've been critical of all his shit. Like that Chinks tape, I hated that shit.
Yeah, same.
I just feel like he's biting people. Like I've really shitted on Tory. And then when all this went down, I'm like, well, that's fucking career. Too bad for him, bro. And even when the album dropped, because I was looking for, I'm like, where is this shit? But even like when I woke up, I'm like, man, I'll check it out if I need to, bro. When I finally put that shit on Friday morning, bro, I was so impressed. Like, so impressed. Because you would think, bro, after a while, you can't keep rapping about the same shit and then still keep my fucking engagement. And, bro, he spazzes, bro. Like, there's one thing about, like, you have to appreciate when, like, someone's back is literally against the wall and they can fucking, deliver like this. Now, we'll get into, like, is it really delivering? Because apparently no one really wanted to hear this shit. But I think, hopefully, if this thing works out in his favor, where it's like, the court rules that he really wasn't at fault, or we don't know what happened. But if he continues to have a rap career, I think this will be a moment in his like catalog where you're like, wow, like that shit was good, bro. Like, we'll get into the rollout in a second, but as far as the body of work, bro, that shit was good, bro. Like, really good. And like, dude, he went at everyone who went at him, rightly so. Like, dude, the intro where he has like the Charlemagne the God, the Donkey of the Day, and like all it's like,
and
bro,
and all that.
Yeah, bro, he was at home just writing down like, oh, you don't fuck with me anymore, you don't fuck with me. And bro, we mentioned it like before, like, like at the peak of fucking like, beginning of COVID, bro, he was the man. Like, dude, no one was bigger than Quarantine Radio. Like, he had Drake on that shit. Like, bro, they had to change the, I think, like the bandwidth on like Instagram to allow more people to join like live stories, because like this dude was fucking breaking the internet. Like, and that shit like left really quickly, bro. So I feel like you heard that like bitterness, like, bro, y'all really just gonna fucking dog me over some shit you don't even know about? Like, come on. So yeah, man. So the album itself, I'm gonna give this shit a solid like 8.5 out of 10. Like, just like, I played that shit back multiple times. Obviously, there was like a shock factor too, where you're like, fuck that bitch, she's probably lying. But it's also like the second or third time, like, these are actually like really good songs. We'll get into some of that shit a little bit later for Heat of the Week. All right, so your thoughts on the rollout, because a lot of people first of all, they were shitting on him for even dropping a full album, calling him petty. I think multiple media, social media like platforms like Highs, Sobriety or Snobbery, whatever, like those fashion blogs and like Complex were like telling you like 10 things to listen to besides this album, which is wild to me. And then also the album literally came out, I think 48 hours after Breonna Taylor's verdict, which we spoke about last week. So the idea of like, a black man allegedly shooting a black woman, talking about that, and then after that, I get it. I personally think it's a reach, but what were your thoughts on like all of like the backlash the rollout is getting?
First of all, you media outlets are retarded for bringing more attention to it if you truly don't want people to listen to it, especially considering quarantine. Like, people are bored. They don't see the average person does not see any harm in fucking casually streaming the album just out of curiosity. So when you create these dumbass articles like 10 things to listen to besides Tory, or reasons why Tory's wrong and shit like that, all you're doing is promoting it more.
What was like, this is the last time we're ever gonna post about Tory, and then gave like an essay about the album. I'm like,
right.
Bro, like what?
Like if they would just learn to stop feeding the troll, which is like the saying that a lot of people use for like Trump or Tekashi. Like if you just stop feeding into the hate and stuff, then they're naturally going to go away if that's really your main objective. So I think that's dumb of them to be taking that approach. As far as the rollout, I mean, if it was me and I thought that I was innocent, I for a fact would be capitalizing on the moment. Like if someone accused me of doing some shit I didn't do, best believe I'm going to be trying to make as much money as possible.
Isn't that what you're supposed? Yeah, I'm not even the money part, but like, isn't it like aren't when you're accused of something and you're innocent, aren't you meant to be yelling it from the top of the fucking roof? Like, are you meant to be like quiet, like yeah, think whatever you want? Like, no, bro, this is like literally costing me millions of dollars every day. Like,
right. I mean, part of me did, like, if he didn't do it, part of me did wonder why he didn't just like post an ominous tweet or something like these are all lies or some shit, like, and then just like the date like of when he was gonna release the album or something. I mean, he did it differently. It is what it is. But I'd say the one other point that confuses me is I think there was a couple of songs where he kind of alluded to him still wanting to be friends with Megan or like still be with her and shit. But if she's gone this far to allegedly accuse him of something that allegedly happened or didn't happen, like why would you ever want any sort of relationship?
I think that part it has to be capped, bro. Like has to be. I think that's just him talking about like, yo, like, I would still be friends with you even though you fucked me over. I feel like that is more him playing to the masses, like, you know, she did me wrong, but I'll still take her back. Because there's no way, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck what kind of heart you have. There's no way. If this is true what you're saying now, that like you didn't do this and you're just gonna fucking be her friend again, like, nah, bro. I don't give a fuck how much fucking, godliness you have in you. There's no way you're fucking doing that.
Yeah. And just getting shot in the feet, just that in itself is just very weird to me. Like, how does that even happen? And maybe
what I don't like is that also, like, the album drops, everyone loses their mind, and then after we're getting a tweet from one of their friends saying, oh, Tory was pointing the gun at her saying, dance, bitch. It's like, bro, this thing happened 4 months ago and now this comes out? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And for me, like, I'm not even necessarily siding 100% with Tory either. For a fact, am going to co-sign how good the album is, regardless of what people think. Like, even with Tekashi, like, his album was trash, but he definitely had a couple bangers on there. And at that time, people were trying to pretend like Gooba and shit were just terrible when they were good. Everything else was straight garbage, but people are afraid to kind of objectively give credit where it's due. And I think in this case, it's just really hard for me to go so hard on Tory when he's not behind bars or has been through court and any of these details have come out. Like, I literally need to hear the other side of the story before I can come on here and broadcast like my full opinion of what happened. Like, if Megan said she got shot by him, cool. Like, I will definitely listen to her side of the story and like sympathize if that's what happened. But I'm not gonna go 100% to the other side and be like, yo, like, fuck Tory, like he deserves to die and be behind bars and shit before the real investigators, handle this shit.
No, dude, 100%. Like, at the end of the day, like, bro, I feel like there's always, if anything, dude, I realize it in my own relationships and like with anyone, bro, there's three sides to every story, bro. There's my side, the other person's side, and like a middle ground of what the truth is, right? So like, it's funny because I mentioned before, like, I go to therapy, and bro, like, I've realized, like, dude, the therapist can only go off like what you tell them. You know what I mean? So if in that moment you're like, yeah, fuck that bitch, blah, 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 blah. All right, they're going to give you reasons why, yeah, fuck that bitch. But like, if you're like clear, it's like, I feel like this is just like, we need to be able to take in both sides and then wait until the fucking law plays its fucking role. Like, you're telling me this dude shot this woman in downtown LA and is not behind bars right now, is not deported back to Canada, is just chilling in Miami, loving life, and like we're meant to believe her about everything, every detail, because again, like, you know, I get, we need to protect every woman, especially black women, because they get shitted on by the system. But bro, like, at the end of the day, like, there has to be two sides to this. So like I don't think we should be picking her up, which means we have to completely destroy Tor. We can pick both of them up and be like, all right, man, like, let's just wait till this plays out, because I really think we're just like too deep in it. And that's why all these like media outlets felt the need to just shit on Tory, bro. Like, dude, Megan Thee Stallion was fucking voted top 100 people by Times Magazine, bro. Like every song she puts out has this massive rollout. Like I think the song she's dropping on Friday with Young Thug is gonna have another fucking, like, bro, like, I think she's way too big that, like, I'm not saying she is, but if she is lying, she'll never admit it, because it's like, dude, she's way too deep in this now, bro. It's like, at some point, you just have to live the lie. So I wonder what comes out, but I really think it's like, bro, like, everyone has been just so invested in, like, oh my God, like, we got to protect Megan. She's involved. I'm like, bro, but like, dude, what about Tory, bro? Like, there's another side to this.
It's like this cancel culture era where the person who is deemed as like the most oppressed or whatever in these scenarios is the one who gets fucked, or who gets the benefit of the doubt. And it's kind of like what's his name? People make fun of his name so much I don't even know what the real name is. Jussie Smollett or whatever. When I first heard that story, in my mind, I'm like, let me give this some time. I'm not the type to want to repost all this shit on Instagram anyways, but I saw people reposting it. I'm like, bro, we haven't, like, he just put out a statement. Like, you're already demanding that, you know, we fucking fight the KKK and shit in Chicago, and like, we don't even know if this motherfucker's telling the truth yet. And I find it hard to believe that we would be in this, or having the same conversation, if a random thought had alleged that Tory had done this. I think people really do play into favoritism. People obviously love Meg Thee Stallion's music, and
dude, same.
If this was Beyonce, Tory,
God,
he would have been lynched on public. In public on live television. Like, there's no way this conversation would even be happening. He'd be dead. So like, yeah, people need to stop playing favoritism and just fucking handle it through the courts. And it kind of reminds me of recently I think Selena Powell and a couple other girls like had claimed Trey Songz was holding people captive and pissing on girls and doing all kinds of crazy shit. That never blew up. I mean, that's pretty degrading in my opinion if that's true, and no one's canceled him, and it's because they just don't care about these women. They don't think they're credible because they're not famous or not famous enough. And it's just sickening how if you like someone, you're basically gonna be a stan that is going to support them no matter what, without any evidence of any sort. It's just crazy.
It's just crazy, for sure. So to pick apart some like lyrics of the album that kind of stuck out to you, dude, there was a couple songs that was like, so I guess they actually never dated. Like, I guess that they were just like really good friends, because like I guess they bonded over like them both like losing their moms at an early age. But bro, what threw me off was that like that night where, like, remember, like, he was in the pool with like her and Kylie. Yeah. Like, apparently, like, he really wanted to pipe. Obviously, we all want to pipe Kylie down, but like he was making it very clear, like, bro, I was just there for Kylie. Like I didn't even give a fuck about you. Blah blah blah. So that was like really funny to me. Like, yeah, he was like, yeah, like, you know, you were drunk, and I just really wanted to hang out with angelic Kylie. I was like, my man.
I was under the impression. What lyric was that? Because I was under the impression that they weren't dating, but that they may have smashed a couple times on some not so serious
really
shit.
I took it the other way. Yeah, I took it like that. Whatever that one song is about, like, where he like constantly brings up Kylie, is like, I feel like he kind of just conveys that they're really good friends. Like, really good friends.
Tory just doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that could have like female friends that are attractive.
Yeah, dude, but if your female friend's also like a foot taller than you, like, I believe it.
That's true. She's like bodyguard / friend.
Yeah, dude, she's way bigger than him. Were there any lyrics that stood out to you though, like really made you fucking just like, huh?
What got me, what I thought was dope was the Bun B line about him, Bun B taking Megan's side and how he's been pouring champagne in girls' mouths, and you know how you're gonna call me degrading. I mean, it's not the strongest hitting point, just because if he shooting a girl, if that's even what he did, is far worse than voluntarily pouring to a girl's mouth who's just like, yo, I want to party. But I thought that line was dope. Just calling everyone out in general, like JoJo and Kalani, and like how they immediately took them off their albums or off Spotify or whatever. And he's like, no one gives a fuck about your music like without me. So
yeah,
you know, that's your loss, and you are the too. So I'm not losing any money from that.
But that same Bun B line, I love the Chance the Rapper one, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, Chance the Rapper, irrelevant. So I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that one was hilarious too.
It's like, yo, you're not wrong, fam. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I thought all those, and the Maul line on The Most High. I have no issues with Maul off the Joe Budden podcast, but he's like, I'm watching Everyday Struggle for the Talks nigga. No, he said, I'm watching Complex for the Talks nigga. It's an everyday struggle, fuck Maul nigga. And Maul was one of the people that I thought did go a little too extra hard too early.
Well, I didn't hear what he said, so you want to bring it up real quick?
Yeah, on the podcast, he just basically said Tory's the biggest sucker ever, like fuck Tory. But then like in the middle, he's kind of like, if Tory did it, then he's the biggest sucker. So I'm like, you got to choose a side. You either have to say if he did it, it's awful, but you can't go from that to, yeah, fuck him, like get him out of here right after. Like either you don't 100% believe it or you do. Like don't be in the middle and make all kinds of crazy claims unless you 100% back it.
Yeah, dude, I agree, man. Like, it's just so funny how, like, yeah, maybe it is cancel culture, maybe it's just, you know, modern day society, but like so quick to just like completely write him off, and then just, you know, when he finally speaks, how can you speak now? Blah blah blah. Like, you're so petty. I'm like, bro, what? Like, I didn't get the pettiness part of it. But I guess the biggest part for me, man, because it kind of reminded me of like back in 2017 when XXXTentacion had like you know, the legal cases of him beating up his girlfriend, and Spotify removed him from like a lot of playlists. And then Kendrick stepped in, was like, yo, we're gonna fucking revolt against Spotify, put him back on all playlists. And they fucking like, yes, Kendrick, whatever you need.
Wait, Kendrick said that?
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Yo, Kendrick loved XXX, bro, and he wasn't even signed to him, but like loved him. So yeah, like Kendrick fucking like set up to Spotify. So now it's funny, 3 years later, the public has determined fuck Tory Lanez. So literally, like, there is, dude, you had to, remember I asked you, like, bro, did you find the album? Because I can't find it. I had to find it on fucking SoundCloud. Like, so dude, there's no playlist for Tory Lanez. On their New Music Daily on any fucking platform, you can't find this shit. Like, it's just, it's like, it doesn't even exist. So what are your thoughts on like all these music streaming devices or platforms? You're saying, you know, we're not going to promote him because we'd rather not be a part of that.
So fortunately, I was able to find it immediately on Spotify. But I think DJ Academics already mentioned this, but I feel like Spotify, like they shouldn't, all these different companies shouldn't be playing moral police. Same way like on Facebook, like, you know, if you were convicted of fucking killing someone, like, obviously I wouldn't want you on Facebook, but Facebook, to my knowledge, doesn't sort through fucking names and figure out who's done heinous shit. They're just a platform for anyone to create a profile and do what they do. If you violate the terms, fine, you're banned, but like anything you had done in your past has no effect on whether or not you can create a profile. And I feel like that's how Spotify should do it. You can release music, cool. We might not feature you in like, you know, hot new music and shit, but you shouldn't be preventing me from reaching listeners, especially if I'm not, you know, convicted, you know, officially of doing anything wrong. Like, then it becomes this, it's the same shit as like politics with radio and stuff, to where people are paying this person and that person to be on, when it should just really be a way to for artists to publish their music and not have to worry about anything else.
Yeah, dude, I agree 100%. Like, yeah, like it especially because like I just remember the XXX thing so vividly. Like, there was a lot of like, yo, like, how dare you? Like, he was just convicted. He wasn't even convicted yet. It was just accused. Blah blah blah. And bro, the same exact thing, but like again, it's a different setup now because like these music streaming platforms are the industry, like they are the record labels. So you can see them already putting a lot of dollars into Megan, like, and like I wonder how much control Rock Nation has at these places. And it's like, bro, if you guys fucking promote this artist, we're not going to give you fucking exclusive rights to a Megan Thee Stallion interview in 5 months or whatever. So, but yeah, man, it just sucks, bro. Because again, I'm not saying like I'm sure Tory Lanez is going to be fine in whatever he ends up selling week 1, and I don't think he put it out for that reason. But it's like, bro, like, don't make this shit difficult for me to find because you think that he might be guilty, even though there's no fucking proof and the entire world's like, come on, bro. Like, just at some point, like, I don't want to be a dick, but just do your job. Like, I'm looking for the album, make it easily available for me. Like, there's 4 or 5 songs that you see people are listening to constantly. That should be in like the Rap Life or Rap Caviar fucking playlist. Like, come on.
Also, so one weird thing is, the Spotify New Music Friday playlist had Tekashi multiple times. So I've been hearing a lot of talks about this blackballing shit and him not being on playlists, but I did see him show up in that playlist multiple times. Really? So I don't know if it's because he didn't do anything to an artist, and obviously snitching's not really like a punishable crime. So maybe that's why, but
on Apple, he was on nothing, bro. Like, he was on playlist.
Well, maybe I think Apple probably. I feel like they care more about their, perception and stuff. But
because they suck.
Yeah, Spotify's fire. I love it.
Yeah, but, Spotify. I don't know why I'm so loyal, bro. This is like my issue in life. Like, why am I so loyal to this trash ass service, bro?
No, iPhone could and I've been loyal to iPhone. They could literally put out like a brick with like one app on it, and at this point, I might actually buy it.
Yeah. It has to be like, I don't know what it is, bro. It's like, yo, but I had iTunes as a kid, so I'm like, bro, this is so bad though. Like, this is so bad. Like, this shit offers nothing for me. Like, there's no algorithm. It's just like, yo, listen to whoever the fuck you want to listen to, bro. Like, I don't go fuck.
What was I gonna say? Fuck. I was gonna say, we listen to plenty of rappers who fucking straight up have murdered people and haven't basically insinuated that they murdered people.
Great point, bro.
And they're topping the charts and shit. And I'm like, he allegedly shot someone, but these people are saying they killed someone, and it's just because it happens to be an artist that now it's
bro.
Far
if
worse.
They want to play moral police, they're gonna be removing a lot of fucking artists because, bro, it's not even hip hop, bro. They can go to death metal, different kind of fucking genres where people are killing people. And this shit's still being promoted on their fucking main page of their fucking platform. So, like, come on, bro. Like, I get it's the easy target, but man, like, I feel like at some point, again, I just think that it has more to do with like, I can see other record labels telling Spotify, do not promote this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think it's just Spotify. I think it's like other labels who are like either invested with Jay-Z, Rock Nation, or Megan Thee Stallion, blah, blah, blah. Like, yo, do not promote this shit. And they're like, all right, whatever you want.
Yeah, and I feel like it probably hurt her too.
It's the easy way out.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, like if they promote more Tory and hurt Megan.
Yeah, I'm seeing like, let's say Tory does take on this like underdog persona, and people start fucking with him too much, then I could see people starting to be like, oh, she's a liar, she's whack or whatever, and that hurting their dollars.
Yeah, dude, I can see that, man. Yeah, I mean, there's multiple sides to it. It just seems like. Again, it just seems very hypocritical. Like, bro, really? Like, dude, the amount of shit you have on your Rap Caviar playlist that's probably illegal. And it's like, you're just like, yeah, that's fine. But Tory's, might have shot someone. So, like, yeah, fuck him for life. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But all in all, bro, like, I think it would get a great album. I have no issues when the day it came out. I feel like if you're innocent, yell that shit from the top of your fucking lungs. And, like, it is what it is. And, dude, I really just hope it plays out. And then I do hope that the people who were so quick, if it comes back that he didn't shoot her, then they're like, bro, Tory, my bad, bro. Because I feel like there's too many people that just went in on him, bro. Like, went in. I want to give kudos to us, because it's our fucking show. But, like, I feel like we were always like, let's just wait. Let's just wait. Let's just see what happens. Because, like, bro, we don't know. Like, we weren't there, bro. And there's cops and friends, and he's still free. How the fuck is that possible?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, someone would have spoken out. If I saw someone intentionally shoot somebody and try to hurt them, and I wasn't one of these like, oh, no snitch thug type motherfuckers, I would have been told the public, like, yo, I can't believe this motherfucker tried to kill Megan.
Yeah,
but
dude.
no one's doing that. So I'm not saying Megan's lying, but we haven't heard the other side of the story. And to your point, there's always another side of the story. And even if I don't believe it, I still want to hear it. Otherwise, what the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah, 100%, bro. So again, still love Megan, still love Tory, but again, as a person who's been very critical of Tory's content, very impressed. Daystar was a very, very, very good album. So
I'm impressed he impressed you. Once I heard you were like, yo, this shit's fire, I'm like, ooh, I gotta hear this right now.
Bro, facts, bro, because I've been so critical. Because, yo, I just hate the biting. Like, yo. But, dude, there was one song, though.
Oh, yeah, he bit Drake for sure in one of them.
Oh, bro. Like,
yeah. When the beat slowed up.
Yeah, I was like, bro, chill. You had me, but you bringing me down right now. Like, yeah, that was. Yeah, I think it was like you Zulu Wulu niggas. I was like, whoa, chill. That's not your lane, Tory. All right, so you want to go into the debate or some more music stuff before we switch to debate?
What kind of music stuff were you thinking?
Your thoughts on the Travis Scott song, bro, Franchise with
no, we could get into that. I thought it was cool. I played it in the car today, actually, on the way to do some errands. Definitely didn't hit as much as it did the first time I heard it. I think I was desperate for new music and new Travis. But having heard it again, I'm like, I could do without it. Like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. I'm probably going to forget it a couple weeks from now.
That's where I am. So, like, yeah, exactly. So, in the moment, I'm like, I think, again, dude, it's Travis Scott. The marketing machine behind him is unreal. The rollout was dope. The video's fucking super impressive. Like, it's just, like, he's not going to give you a shitty quality, right? Like, it's dope. But the song is bro. Like, the song is average at best. And then, so in the moments, like, yo, it is what it is, bro. Everyone can't have a hit. What I'm concerned about is the album that he's promoting, right? Because this is like the first single off Utopia. Is the album gonna be And then this is just
this one is.
Right. And now this is just what he is gonna be. Like, this, he was this great hype machine. You know, anything, dude, fucking people are losing their minds over a quarter pounder with one extra piece of bacon.
Yeah.
You know, people are like, you know what I mean? But like, at some point, it's gonna be like, all right, bro, but the quality's really not there anymore. So like, what's going on? So again, I don't think this is there. People can have a hit that doesn't fucking really come home. But like, in the bigger picture, I took a step back. I was like, damn, bro, I really hope this doesn't fuck up the rollout to the album, because that may really just change my perspective of where Travis Scott is in, you know, really in hip hop.
Yeah. I think I'd have to hear the second single before I make a decision, because if that one's similar to this, then my expectations are going to drop. And I feel like, I think we discussed it a couple episodes ago, like, he's finally reached that, like, kind of Drake-ish tier where, like, his price is retarded as far as
dude, but his price is through the roof, but unlike Drake, it's not really related to music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like, there's people like when Drake was at his peak, he is now. People are like begging Drake, give me a feature. For Travis, it's like clothing brands like, give us a collaboration.
Yeah.
But like, no other artist really like, yo, Travis, give me a feature. Because it's like, because if you get Travis on a feature, you literally have to give him the song to make sure his voice goes with whatever the fuck else you're doing on that song, right? So that's the difference I see with those two. Whereas like Drake at his peak is still music, whereas Travis at his peak now, it's not really music based. It's just like, he is a hype machine. So.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. So in that sense, I guess he's kind of like I mean, would you liken him more to like a Playboi Carti or like an ASAP Rocky?
I mean,
I feel like
bigger than both of them. Like way bigger. Like, it's not even close. But yeah, dude, like kind of like that whole ASAP vibe. I think ASAP just dropped a Gucci campaign with fucking Tyler Creator and Iggy Pop. So dude, that's amazing in itself, right? But yeah, I think Travis is like, again, not there yet, but is in danger if the music doesn't start hitting over the next 6 months. Like, he just may become like a caricature of himself, and it's not really about the music. Whereas I feel up until now, it's been, yes, like a lot of collaborations, Jordan, McDonald's, Yves Saint Laurent, but the music has always been at the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I hope it doesn't happen. I love Travis Scott.
Yeah.
But we spoke about like Astroworld being a fucking like unskippable fucking album. Like every song just fucking bangs. But
yeah,
I think recently, bro, like some of the songs he's been putting out, you're like, I guess, like it's not really like,
yeah.
damn.
But I feel like his music is formulaic enough to where like his core fan base won't really give a fuck what he's talking about, because I feel like even on Astroworld, he didn't, at least my recollection of it, there wasn't really like this deep insight into like what he was going through or anything. Like with Drake,
I don't
you kind of
think
think about
ever that insightful. It's more so like, is the music well done, right? And this just seemed like a very repetitive, routine that he's been doing. And it's like, we already heard this. Yeah, it's like cool to have MIA. We haven't heard her in like 15 years, but it's just like another fucking Travis Scott song. Like, what is this? So
yeah.
Again, I know the Scots was dope with Kid Cudi. So again, I'm not saying he's been fucking putting out duds for the past like year, but like I go back to that fucking like the Cactus Boys or whatever, Jack Boys like EP. Dude, the song with Pop Smoke was all Pop Smoke. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Travis added nothing to that song besides, like, oh, it's cool that Pop Smoke has a song with Travis Scott.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's there yet, but I think Utopia actually does need to deliver, because he's at risk of becoming just like, all right, you're this huge fucking brand, but and when it comes to music, we're like, it's cool.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be like a similar situation with Lil Wayne and Drake, and hopefully he gives Don Toliver some time to shine.
Oh, like, okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, dude, that's possible. Again, I have nothing against. I love Don Toliver, you know that. I mean, dude, I'm glad you finally jumped on the Lemonade bandwagon, because that song has been a banger
it's
for
fire.
months.
And Roddy Ricch, by the way, I know I was like, I hope Roddy Ricch doesn't fuck it up, but from the clip I heard, Roddy Ricch
is it out yet?
Perfectly. I'm sure it is, because it's already on like meme pages and shit.
Okay.
The clip I heard, like Roddy Ricch delivered, and I think all these like future auto-tuney coding type rappers, they sound good on those like guitar trap beats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like even like fucking Future on like Mask Off, like a fucking flute. It's like, what the fuck is so once I asked you, man, like, what were your thoughts on the debate? It was cool to see. Personally, I thought it was cool to see Chris Wallace, the moderator from Fox News, being so aggressive towards Trump for like not being a fucking decent human being.
Yeah,
so that was super cool. But what were your thoughts on the overall debate?
Yeah, I mean, going into it, I honestly expected Joe Biden to fuck up more or not do as well, just because I've been seeing so many like memes and stuff of him not speaking coherently and being out of it. I didn't expect Trump to be that like disgusting in terms of interrupting and stuff.
It was disgusting,
which makes me think they do this shit on purpose. I'm like, it's very easy to fix this. You just cut off the other person's mic when they hit their time limit or some shit.
True.
But yeah, it was crazy that Trump was speaking over him like that. And it was also just frustrating to see two old dudes kind of argue over shit. And I feel like I didn't walk away learning anything, to be honest. I don't think the debate swayed, Trump supporters from not voting for him, and I don't think it swayed Biden people from voting for him. I was just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? What is anyone trying to come up with a solution, or are they just going to defend themselves the whole time? I felt like it was more of a defensive thing, like, hey, I actually did shit for the past 47 years of being a politician on Biden's side. And then Trump's hand, it's like, yo, if Biden was doing this shit, he would have fucked up way more. I actually did this.
Yeah.
It was not like, okay, we have these issues in America, this is how I'm going to fix them for the next 4 years. It was like just a defensive play, which was really annoying to see.
Yeah, especially like when Biden would bring up, man, like you killed, under your watch, 200,000 people have died, and then Trump's like, would have been 2 million under you.
Yeah.
It's like what the fuck?
And it's funny, but we don't have proof of this. It's not gonna make me like think that it's true. Like, I just don't.
Dude, like this is like if you like in a group chat, to what you mentioned earlier, like if like two people are roasting each other, it's funny. But when you think about like, the two people roasting each other are like, who's responsible for the rest of our lives for the next 4 to 8 years? It's like, bro, this shit's not funny anymore, right? Because I think Chris asked Biden, like, how come you haven't had, or how come you've had smaller rallies, and then like Trump's like, because he couldn't get more people. I'm like, bro, like
Well,
that's hilarious, but it's like, bro, like what are you doing, bro? Like it's also a pandemic. We shouldn't be having fucking political rallies in the fucking first place.
Right.
And Trump's like, well, if you could fill it with the amount of people I had, you would do it. It's like, bro, like come on, man. So, dude, my biggest thing was like, I don't think, like I read this somewhere, I saw it on CNN. It was like, I don't think Trump won. I don't think Biden won. I just think America lost, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I 100% agree with that.
Like I think America lost like big time, bro. Because it's like really like this is our best option. Like we knew it was bad, but damn, you gotta even hide how bad it was. Like again, I respected Biden because he was present. There was a couple of times like they asked a question and Chris was like, well, I asked you this question. He's like, oh, my bad. And like kind of like, but you can tell like he got lost a little bit. So that alarms me. But that only happened like twice. Yeah. Whereas Trump was just like, bro, you were literally just like talking at Biden the whole time. Whereas when Biden was trying to speak, he was talking to America. And it's like, yo, if you elect me, this is what I try to do for you. Mm-hmm. So, and then, bro, just the thing about like Trump going at like his family and like, you know, your son's a cocaine addict. And it's like, bro, like, who the fuck are you to fucking like, we're talking about me and you trying to resolve America. You're bringing up my fucking son issue from 20 years ago, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And which is funny because I'm sure, I almost said coke. I'm sure Trump probably has done a shit ton of that. Maybe even still does some sort of thing.
Dude, right before the debate. Like, just fucking lie. Like, bro.
Yeah. And I know he prides himself on like not being a career politician, which is why I think a lot of people voted for him in the first place. But I feel like while he may not be a politician, I feel like he's still trying to fit the molds with like his core base. And even like, let's just say, you know, hypothetically, like he's absolutely not, it doesn't have an ounce of racism within him. It's still odd that he's playing into it and just like not compromising his integrity to feed into the base just so he can.
Talking about the point when he was asked specifically, hey, like denounce white supremacy, and he's like, stand by and or stand back and stand by.
Right. So I mean, I watched it again. He did technically say sure as the commentator was speaking. The guy's like, do you denounce? He's like, sure. But it wasn't like with conviction where like he.
It wasn't like like they're wrong. Yeah. And the moment he said what he said, he quickly went back to like, well, Antifa, and it's like, bro, like, that wasn't the question.
So part of me wonders, is he doing this? Is he playing it safe, like kind of in the middle, so that all the true racists don't, revoke their vote or whatever? Or is he like truly, truly think that like white supremacists are, not in the wrong, as far as like some of the things they've been doing and saying?
Yeah, dude, but I truly believe, I honestly don't think he's a racist, bro. I think he identified, because I was reading I took that book when I came to visit you last year, Everybody Lies. Like, bro, I think his marketing team realized, bro, like, there's a lot of fucking racists in America. So if we fucking appeal to this crowd, we're going to win this shit by a landslide. And I think he just doesn't want to fucking stereotype them, bro. So, I honestly don't think he's a racist, bro. I think he just knows, like, hey, like, this is the easiest way for us to win. And I'm going to fucking run this thing no matter how much it divides the rest of America. I know I have enough of a silent majority to fucking get my things through. So. Yeah,
I agree with that too. And also I know people can always pull up tweets and stuff, but just even thinking about people I've interacted with, I've heard them say things about, other races and actually have friends that belong to that race. Not to say that it's right, but that's also like when it comes to, pulling up old tweets and shit like that, I'm not super quick to jump on the wagon of like, oh, this person hates this race because, in some old tweet some old video they wore blackface or like said nigga in a video or some shit. Justin Bieber fucking literally sung like a racist song in some video when he was like 16, like, one less like lonely nigger or some shit like that. And this motherfucker's out here doing songs with Quavo and shit.
And in the hood.
Yeah, in the hood. Yeah, he was like in Watts, California, which is like in the projects fucking shooting hoops and shit. Not to say that Trump is, a Bieber, but yeah, I think he's capitalizing on the super actual racist base that thinks he has their backs, and it's just kind of sad because no matter which way you put it, he's still compromising his integrity and kind of faking the funk, all around.
Especially like, all around, dude. Again, it just came across like sad. So like I would say, like, to your point, like I don't know if it swayed Trump supporters or Biden supporters. Either way, like, you're gonna vote for who you're gonna vote for. But I would say, dude, if you're like on the fence, there's no way you saw what I would think, at least. There's no way you saw what Trump did, like the way he was just like presenting himself, and want to think that's America. Like, because that, dude, again, I'm voting blue because I've been voting blue my whole life. But like, bro, if I was fucking in the middle, I'd be like, bro, like, as someone likes to travel, like, bro, you don't want people to look at your passport and be like, oh, American, fucking trash. Like, bro, like, dude, like, I think Lil Duval posted some shit about like other people's news outlets like interpreting yesterday's debate. Bro, everyone's shitting on us. Like, it's a disgrace. Like, they're just shouting above each other. Like, yo, everything you think about that fucking like annoying American, that's what Trump is times 10, and dangerous now because like, bro, when he was talking about the fucking ballots and like, will you admit defeat? We'll see. But, you know, I'm like, bro, like, you're inciting a fucking war. It's not we'll see. It's like, yes, if I lose, I will, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, like, dude, that guy, that's why I was more impressed with. Honestly, I think the winner was fucking the moderator, bro, because, like, you would think on paper, he's just going to side with fucking Trump on everything. And he was like, dude, like, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that was cool to me, like, seeing Christopher Wallace do that. But,
For sure.
If I was in the middle, like, there's no way I saw that and was like, maybe I won't vote, which is terrible. But there's no way I'm giving my vote to Trump, bro, because like that just it came across like especially again, just like someone who lived abroad for so long. Like, I don't care what people think about me, but like again, like if people know you're American, they have a certain connotation. And I feel like especially when Obama was president, I was like, yo, like you guys, you know, you're classy, you're trying to like get everyone together, you know, gay rights, you know, let everyone, you know, fall in love, blah, blah, blah. And now this guy is just fucking spewing venom. And like, bro, that shit like really rubbed me the wrong way when he was attacking fucking Biden's family. It's like, bro, like, who the fuck are you?
For sure. And I'm by no means a Trump supporter, but up until this time, I always understood why certain people liked his like quote unquote realness, no filter sort of attitude, just because even growing up, I always thought like politicians across the board, just seeing them like kiss babies and speak on things and how we're going to change America and shit. I'm like, we hear this literally every 4 years. I don't believe you. So I understand why people would find Trump appealing. But in this case, I thought it was like extra off-putting, especially when he was like, oh, like talking about the bleach thing. And he's like, oh, I was just being sarcastic. I'm like, we don't have time to be sarcastic.
Yeah,
like,
dude. People are dying every second.
Yeah. So like, I thought that like in those instances, I'm like, yo, your marketing team is like going way too far with this.
No, I think his marketing team is great. I think his mind is just like, I'll make it better.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
oh,
I can see that.
Worse.
Yeah.
You're making this worse. And like, I just feel like he fails to understand the weight of that role. It's like, bro, whatever you say or do, people will follow. So you constantly saying, don't wear a mask. It's not a big deal. Or you saying, yeah, put bleach in your blood, see what happens. It's like, bro, there's consequences, bro. Like especially with that fucking malaria pill he was talking about. Like, people died in Africa because, like, oh, the American president said to use it, so I'm going to use it real quick. It's like, bro, like, people are going to die because of what you do or don't do. So, yeah. Again, I know who I'm voting for. I obviously urge everyone to vote. I think I just got my fucking early mail-in ballot today, actually. But, yeah, dude, it's, it was, I left that debate last night very depressed. Like, man, this is sad. Like, this is sad.
And for me, I actually did this in the 2016 election, since I also had a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do. I try to keep it like as objective as possible, and I took like an online quiz, just basically saying it like went through a ton of different policies and like scenarios, like, you know, are you pro-life, are you pro-abortion, or pro-choice?
Let you know like who you should vote for at the end. Nice.
Yeah, and in this case, well, both cases, I ended up with like the green candidate, which I don't even know his name, which is kind of sad because like any other candidate other than Democratic or Republican is basically assume that they're gonna lose, so like no one really promotes them.
Dude, but what I do think, man, like this is gonna be, I personally think and hope, this is more like an aspirational fucking thought, but like I think that the like people our age or maybe even 40 and below saw last night and was like, bro, this can't be how our system works. You know what I mean? And I think this will be the start of either the end of the two-party system or the beginning of something like, or just younger Democrats and Republicans saying, listen, you old motherfuckers, like that way of living is over. And because you're about to die in 4 years and you don't give a fuck about my future, fuck that. Because yesterday had to spark something in someone to say like, bro, like I want to be in politics to make sure our country never has that again. Yeah. Because, bro, that shit was sad, bro. And again, they always say that through every recession, like, you know, businesses come through. Bro, there has to be, no matter how sad America is right now, there has to be someone at home saying, you know what? I'm going to be better. Because I fucking hope so.
Yeah. And when it comes to voting, I would, again, encourage everyone to do it regardless of who you plan to vote for. I know when some people say that, they're really saying vote for my candidate, essentially. 100%. But for someone like me who's just like, has little faith in politics and politicians in general, I would say try to take the quiz and just see, like, if you really align with one of the candidates, like you might find you fucking love Biden or Trump or whatever, or the Green candidates. For me, since I aligned with the Green candidate, I'll probably just vote for him. And I know it's not going to do much, but I'm hoping, to your point, it'll like make a statement as to show
the country's ready for somebody else.
Yeah, like I don't know what the turnout was before. Maybe they got 1%. Maybe this time it'll be fucking 30%, and they'll be like, "Oh shit! Like we really need to do a better job in speaking to the people."
Dude, but think about it, bro. Like, because we were so young. Like, dude, Obama was fucking young, bro. Like young. So that's what we need, bro. Like how we went from like a 45-year-old president to fucking two 77-year-olds.
That's so wild
like,
to me. I'm like, yo, these dudes both are just way too old.
Dude,
like,
they're
what's going on?
But my thing, dude, like, think about your old uncle or like, aunt or grandmother. Like, bro, like, yeah, they say some wild shit because they're like, yo, I'm old. Like, I already lived my life. Like, bro, I don't want to put my future in the hands of people who don't give a fuck about theirs. Like, bro, they're legit like, yo, I got 5 years left tops. But yeah, I'll fucking run the country. Like, fuck out of here.
For sure. I'm excited to see what Kamala and Pence, how they do. I know she's definitely like more fierce.
Right, I think I've heard, again, I haven't seen a lot of you were more into the early debates than I was, but dude, I heard that she's a fucking monster in the debate stage. So I think she's gonna fucking eat him up. Especially because like, no, again, I don't want to come across like, you know, derogatory against someone's appearance, but like Pence just comes across as like the worst dude in the world. So it's just like, bro, like,
no, he's like a Star Wars villain.
Just looking at you like I don't like you. So like I'm sure like it's gonna be great for TV.
For sure. And plus he doesn't strike me like a kind of guy like Trump who will, you know, talk over her and say all kinds of wild shit.
Unless he's like being told like you better keep that same energy.
Yeah. And Kamala's really good at kind of like tugging on the heartstrings of the American people and stuff. So I feel like I feel like she'll end up winning next week, and then we'll see how Biden and Trump do again in the next one.
Yo, but they were saying that they may not even have another fucking debate for Biden
real?
and Trump.
Why?
So it was so fucking like disorganized and not well.
Well, what the fuck else? What's the alternative?
I don't know, bro. But like, I wonder. Like, I don't think it's a guarantee we're gonna have another debate.
If that's true, like this is the first time where politics will like infuriate me. Just how is that even allowed? Like, we need these motherfuckers to continue speaking. Otherwise, honestly, like, I feel like Trump has it in the bag because Biden hasn't really said shit other than last night.
Yeah, no, I agree, dude. I agree. I mean, they're gonna have to do something as far as like, yeah, dude, like you have 2 minutes, your mic is off. Your mic is on. Like they have to do that, bro, because again, it just for the viewing experience at home, it's fucking terrible. It's like, bro, like I can't even hear anyone, bro. Like shut the fuck up. Like, so
it's just sad.
It is what it is.
It's kind of like it's almost like this is our employer behaving childishly, and we have nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Like you would literally have to move countries if you were that fed up.
Yeah.
Which no one really wants to do, and nor is it an easy feat to begin with.
100%. I agree 100%, bro. Yeah, but we're stuck here and just gotta, God bless America and fucking hope we can figure this out over the next fucking 4 years, man. But
for real.
All right, man. So let's get into some heat of the week to let these people understand like what to listen to. Are you gonna go with Tory or you want me to go first?
I'm gonna go with Tory, to be honest.
All right. So what is your heat of the week with Tory?
Yeah. I love the album overall. It's called Daystar, if you guys aren't familiar. But I'm gonna say my 3 favorite songs. The Most High, first off, like that shit makes me want to stomp somebody out with Tim's on. Like that beat, the beat and flow and everything is just so energetic, high energy, and
real quick, what was funny to me is that this nigga had no features. It was like, bro, like he made a couple calls. He's like, they're like, nah.
Yeah, they're like, I'll get on Daystar 2, maybe.
Yeah. If you survive like the sequel, I got you, bro. But that first one, that's gonna be just you, though.
Yeah. Also, Tory, you say he bites flows from time to time. He's a chameleon. So I heard Drake, I heard Meek on it, basically. Maybe they ghost wrote for him, who knows? But The Most High was dope. It's a toss-up between that and Things I Should Have Said. And the funny thing is, I don't know why he spelled should have said should have.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing, bro. Like he spelled that incorrectly. Like, poor grammar, but yeah. I
was like, this shit looks off to me for some reason. But that's just me. He did it wrong, so he should fix that. But the song was fire. The crazy thing about it though is he recorded this shit like 4 months ago on live, and it just so happens the lyrics kind of sound like he's referring to the Megan situation, because he said, I got nervous, I should have fled, and all kinds of other stuff, but it's not. So I thought that was but yeah, those 2 songs are my favorite, followed by Bittersweet, which was a super dope jazzy sound to it. And those 3 songs I literally replayed probably like 100 times in the past week.
Yeah, I would say Things I Should Have Said was definitely one of my favorite as well. Like, it just like, because it makes sense now, and you take a step back, like why, because it stood out. Like, it wasn't the same flow of the rest of the album, but still kind of went with it. But it was like, oh, this is like a dope R&B track. Like, all right. So yeah, I definitely enjoy that one. Yes, I don't want to repeat what you said. So I'm gonna also add that for me, heat of the week. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I fucking love Action Bronson. Action Bronson dropped an album called Only for Dolphins. He has a song that stood out to me called Latin Grammys. Real fucking dope, like salsa beat, and he's just like fucking. If you like Action Bronson, you're gonna love this album. If you don't like him, you'll fucking at least respect it. So check out Latin Grammys by Action Bronson, and the new album also out, Only for Dolphins, dropped also on Friday.
Nice. Yeah, I heard him. I don't know where I heard it, but he did something over like a reggae beat too.
His entire album is just like dope samples of like different genres. Like I love it, bro. Like it's funny. Like it's weird because at some point you're like, dude, are you ever gonna take yourself seriously to like actually see what you can become? But I think he doesn't give a fuck, bro. Like he's rich off the TV show. He's enjoying his life. He's like he's like lost like 100 pounds. Like he's like, bro, I'm gonna have fun. So like, dude, like I feel like you need more people like Action Bronson to just like, just fuck up the monotony that is like hip hop, like constantly being pumped at us.
I notice he does tend to do those like Eminem style raps that like don't make any sense sometimes. Like, I was in a tree and this bitch licked my feet while I was peeing on I don't know, and it got a disease and all kinds of shit. I'm like, what? What does that even mean?
What I think he gets away with, I think we witnessed it firsthand at Rolling Loud 2018, is that, bro, he's just so clear when he raps. Mm-hmm. So, like, even though it's a fast rhyme, like, a mosh pit can still get, like, hyped over it because, like, they understand everything he's saying.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I feel like if you ever, like, saw most rappers for the first time, there's no way, like, they can just spit. You're like, yeah, that's fire. Like, dude, because you don't even know what the fuck they said. You have to, like, listen to the album and then properly, like, all right, they meant to say this. So that's the cool thing about Action, bro. It's just, like, so clear and well delivered that he can say whatever the fuck he wants, and it still just sounds like either funny or like, yeah, that's a cool line.
Yeah. No, he's got a dope flow, and the beats keep it interesting too, because he's not doing it over some generic shit.
It's all fucking Alchemist beats.
Yep. Yeah, Alchemist and him, I don't know, they seem like a perfect duo.
Yeah, dude. Dude, if you guys aren't watching like Fuck That's Delicious, bro, go on YouTube and just get high and watch, dude. Like that is the best show on TV, bro. Like by a mile, bro. Like I got into natural wine because of that show, and it's like game changer as well. So definitely salute to the Action Bronson and crew. Again, go check out the Tory Lanez album. Again, Audio Theory gives it a what? I mean, I say like at least an 8.5 out of 10. What do you rate it?
I'm on board with that 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, solid. Again, I think one of Tory's best body of work, if not his best. So, again, the truth shall be told, but that's episode, 47, long, Tory, short. Anything you want to add, bro?
Nah, I'm chilling. I'm good. What about you?
I'm good, man. I'm going to watch this Lakers versus Heat game. Is your brother, like, obsessed right now with basketball? Or doesn't really is he more of a Clippers fan?
No, he's obsessed now. I think he really likes Hero or whatever that dude's name is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, with Kaya. I mean, he's the epitome of winning right now. Like, if you look up winning on Google, if he doesn't show up, I don't know what the fuck the algorithm's doing.
Dude, so we're talking about Tyler Hero for those of you guys who aren't basketball fans, and he has the baddest bitch in the game by like a mile. But the funny thing is, bro, like people are so he's 20 years old, he's a rookie. So like he like scored like 37 points in a couple of games, and people are like, where does he get this confidence from? I'm like, bro, do you understand the confidence you need to have as a 19, 20-year-old to pull that bitch who's like 6 years older than you? Like, bro, basketball is fucking cake. It's like, bro, fuck this game. I'm going back to my room. Leave me alone, like, bro. So, like, I wasn't surprised at all when he started fucking dropping like 40 points in the playoffs. But so I'm gonna go watch that. Take it easy this weekend. And I'm gonna have like a watch party on Friday. Are you going to Montana this weekend or next week?
Next Thursday.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yes, all right, brother. Well, enjoy your weekend. To all our listeners, we always appreciate you. Keep sharing this. And again, as always, more content will be on the way.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Well, peace, man. Love you.
Love you too.